Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? I hope you are all fine. We are free from coronavirus. Now you are you are watching Nelita Online Learning with me, Mr. Saiful, your English teacher. Today, I hope you are all here with me studying English in a long distance because of coronavirus. I hope you are here. If you are not here, I would like you to join me and ask your friend to join me too in English lesson for today. We are now in Nelita Online Learning, the pride of SMK Negeri 5 Kota Tangerang, the pride of you all here. So let's go and study English by this time with me, Mr. Saiful. Last week you have already joined or you have followed, you have already tested by the mid-test for 1 week, and then I hope you got all the best point for you, all best score for you, and never stop to study. The last topic we have already talked about giving opinion. When you have a problem or case, so you will have to comment on the opinion or give the opinion to the situation. And today we are going to study about invitation, or today's topic is about invitation. What I will give you today is about how you will have to give an invitation when you have a plan or program of something, and then you want to invite someone or some people, many people to come to your plan, to your program. So you will have to do a kind of invitation before that. To understand how to invite people now, I suggest you with the dialogue. I give you 3 dialogues here that imply about how you will have to invite people and how you will have to respond the invitation from people, from someone, or maybe you will have to decline or refuse the invitation. Let's see for the dialogue 1. Dialogue 1 here is the conversation between 2 persons here by a direct visitation to someone's house. Maybe I need to read this dialogue to you first. Let's say the dialogue is actually between Gretchen and Dr. Hampton. They are friends. They are very good to each other. And let's see the dialogue here. Gretchen said, "Good morning, Dr. Hampton. May I come in?" "Good morning, Gretchen. Of course. How can I be of any help?" "Well, it's not about school, Dr. Hampton. It's just that Alan and I wanted to have a few people over for dinner party to celebrate finishing my dissertation. And we would like to invite you, especially since you are chairman. Would you be able to come to the weekend after next on Saturday?" "I would be delighted, Gretchen." "Saturday, did you say?" "If that's all right for you and Mrs. Hampton. I'll have to check with Elizabeth, but I'm pretty sure it will be all right." "Good. If you could come around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, that would give us time to chat a while for a glass of wine before dinner." "That sounds fine. We'll be there around 7. "That would be great. Oh, I'm so pleased that you and Mrs. Sampson will be able to make it. Well, it should be fun, and you deserve it after all that hard work. But say, Gretchen, will I have to start calling you Dr. Seymour now? Of course not, Dr. Hampton. Well, then can't you reciprocate by calling me Henry? Of course, Henry, but it will take some getting used to. Okay, this is the first dialogue that implies about how someone is inviting someone else to a kind of program or occasion. In the first dialogue here, I make a bold type. The bold type here implies about how Gretchen asking or try to invite Dr. Hampton by saying we'd like to invite you especially. So this is the expression about invitation. And would you be able to come on the weekend after next? Is another expression of invitation. The next bold typing, I would be delighted to, is the response of the invitation. Here is the way of inviting, and then also the way of responding. Let's go for the dialogue 2. I don't need to read that to you all, because maybe after this class you can read this and try to train your tongue to get used to by using this expression as the way how you will have to train yourself. Take a look for the sentence. If you drive, we'll pick up the tab for bowling. How about it? So this is a kind of another way of expression. And well, it sounds like fun. It's also the way of responding the invitation. Dialogue number 3, we can see the bold type here. We just thought it would be nice to have you over for dinner. It's another way of invitation. And the way of responding here, let me check again with Shirley. This is the way of responding the invitation. Yeah, it seems like refusing, or maybe try to not directly accept the invitation here. From those dialogues, 3 dialogues previously I said to you, this is the expression of making invitation. At home now you can imitating me, or you can imitate me, by trying to read this loudly by yourself. Those expressions of opening, how you are making invitation. The first sentence, would you like to come to my dinner party tonight? Might you want to go along with us? That is another expression of invitation. Would you run with me today? What about hanging out with us today? Do you like to come, or would you like to come? I would be very happy if you would like to come. We would be delighted if you can come to could come to my party. Would you care to blah blah blah, or would you be pleased if you could blah blah blah? So those expression is the opening expression of how you will have to make invitation. So again, You will have to try to do this at home by reading those expressions loudly by yourself to make your tongue to get used to with those expressions. Next, if you are making invitations, so maybe someone else or someone will respond you by accepting invitation. These expressions are the way of responding the invitation by saying accepting this invitation. If someone is kind of asking you, so you can respond by saying, "That's very kind of you inviting me to come to your party. We would like to be very glad to do that. What a delightful idea with a great speaker. Thank you very much for inviting me. It is delightful to blah blah blah. That would be very nice. Okay, I'll be there. I would love to come. Sure, I'm coming." So that is the same expression actually. You can read this one by one, or you can combine those two expressions, or you can say only one of those. Yes, obviously. All right, I will come. That is a smart thought. I cannot say no. That is if you are accepting invitation. Next, beside of accepting invitation, maybe you can, because of a particular condition or situation, maybe you will have to decline the invitation or refuse the invitation. The way of that, so you can say, I'm very sorry. I don't think I can go. So this is the way of how you will have to decline or refuse. I would like to, but blah blah blah. You will have to tell your reason why you cannot go. I'm afraid I have already promised. Thank you for asking me, but I'm sorry I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm sorry I can't. I would love to, but blah blah blah. I don't think I can. I wish I could, but I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm very busy. That is the reason. Sorry, maybe next time. Thank you, but I can't. Sorry, I think I can. I can't come. I'm horribly sad. So it's very recent actually. Next, what I present to you now is the situation of making an invitation and also the way of accepting and refusing. Actually, those are the same with the previous I told you, I showed to you all today. But now, let's say I now present to you both in accepting and refusing the invitation. The first situation, I'd like to invite you to dinner this Saturday. If you are accepting that, you can say, thank you, I would love to. But if you are refusing that, you can say, I'm fully sorry, but I have other plans. The second one, I'd like to invite you to a party next Friday. But if you are accepting the invitation, so you can say, that would be wonderful. But if you are not good for that invitation, so you can say, I wish I would, but I'm sorry, I can't. I was wondering if you like to, blah, blah, blah. Yes, thank you. What time, if you are accepting the invitation, you are asking about time here. Refusing, you're going to say, I would really like to, but. So, but here, expressing about the other reason, besides of saying really like that, but the opposite of like is something that cannot be done. So that is the example of how you will have to accept and refuse the invitation. I don't need to read to you all here, all those expressions here, because you can read them more and more, do that in your own house, or practice with your friend, both accepting and refusing the invitation. And now let's go for next slide here. Maybe I need to tell you about one condition. Here, in many instances, it is the inviter, someone who invites you to come, who pays some money. When you are, let's say, for example, if someone is asking you or invite you to have a dinner in a restaurant, so the inviter who is someone who pays all the food. But in some part of the country, let's say especially in America, USA, United States of America, some people like to entertain friends by taking them to a restaurant for dinner instead of having dinner at home. Here maybe the inviter or someone who is being invited maybe need to pay by himself or by herself. More I need to say, in other words, in this case, the host expects to pay, and the guest may offer to leave the tip, which may decline by the host. Yeah, if it doesn't problem, so you can pay, but if the host refuse you to pay, so you don't need to force. You don't have to pay. The main point here, what I need to say to you is, if the invitation is expressed in a fairly casual term, such as, let's go to the name, let's go to Padang restaurant for dinner, it might be more suggestion. Last time we were talking about, we discussed about suggestion, giving suggestion, and how you will have to accept or refuse the suggestion. The sentence, let's go to Padang restaurant for dinner, maybe it looks like suggestion than an invitation. So you should be prepared to pay your part of the bill or suggest something to bring. If you are being invited to your house, so you will have to bring something there. This is the expression of how you will have to, if you are being invited to come to your friend's house, and then you will have to offer to bring something. Let's say the example of the sentence of offering to bring something when someone is inviting you, or someone invites you to come to your friend's ceremony. I wonder if I might be able to bring something. Or let me bring something. Won't you? Is there anything I could bring? What shall I bring? Can I bring the wine? Or should I bring? So those expressions are about offering to bring something when you are invited to come to a special occasion. So you can respond by saying, it is not just to have come, just have to come, or you don't need to. So it's refusing, responding. Just bring yourself. You don't need to bring anything. You just bring yourself. Well, thanks if you would like to. So this is kind of accepting the idea of offering something. Well, John's bring salad. Why don't you bring dessert? So that is the suggestion actually. So seems like a suggestion, but it is a kind of a response for offering to bring something. Now I also want to give you an explanation or maybe a situation about, beside of making invitation, actually there is a way of making non-invitation, but the sentence sounds like invitation, but because there is no specific time mentioned, so it is not it is not invitation. It is just like someone is talking a conversation, not a very serious invitation, because there is no specific time. Again, it is about not a very real invitation, because there is no specific time. Let's see, for the first sentence, you will have to come over sometime. Sometime is a general time, so no, it is not about a specific time. We'll have to get together again soon. Soon is a general time expression. If you are ever in Bandung, look me up. No time is specifically appeared there. If you are ever in Bandung, give me a call. If you are ever in Indiabra, come and visit. So it is an invitation, but you don't have to come and visit. You'll have to come over and visit us sometime. So this is an invitation, but again, you don't need to do that because there is no specific time. There is two ways of invitations. The first one is formal invitation by letters. By letters, we can see that in the form of letters of invitation. Informal invitation, like previously, what you saw just now in the previous slides, those are about informal invitation. While the explanation about formal invitation is invitation which follows a dignified form, tone, or style in agreement with the established norm. So you will have to base that on the norm, custom, and values. The example of those invitations, formal invitations, are like an invitation to the opening of a school or of a company, an invitation to a graduation ceremony, an invitation to a wedding party. This is the example of a formal invitation. Just take a look. It's very short invitation, but it is in the form of a letter of invitation. You will have to write who is inviting here, and ask him for the point of invitation, and on the wedding ceremony is about the program, and the program, this is because this is about the wedding, so you will have to write the name of who is getting married. On Friday, the 12th of September is time of invitation, time occasion, and specific time is 7 o'clock. And the place is in Gedung Kartini, and the address is Jalan Gatot Subroto, Jakarta. So you will have to write that very completely to make the invitee or someone who is being invited to come to get more clearer information about where, when the ceremony is being held. Those are the explanation of the form of the letter previously I showed you. The common format of formal invitation, you will have the first line is the name of a person who invites. The second line is the request for participation. The third line is the names of the person invited. The fourth line is the occasion for the invitation. The fifth line is the time and date of the occasion. The sixth line is the request for the reply of the invitation letter. So you will have to write that very clear, very specific position to make the information of invitation to be clear to someone who is being invited. This is another form of letter of invitation in a formal format of letter. Just take a look for the form of this. Later, after you finish the school, maybe you need to write some letters. The form is just like this. Maybe you can imitate that. This kind of letter format. Okay, now we come to the exercise. What you will have to do now, actually, you are going to do a conversation or have the communication with your friend, or maybe you will have to train that with your friend orally or in a spoken English. But what I need today, firstly, maybe you will have to complete the situation here. I give you 2 situations that you will have to do today. You can do this with me, but let's see for the example of situation. Let's see for the example of the way of invitation. Exercise. The example. The dialogue here. Can you come for dinner Sunday? The way of completing the dialogue, the bold italic form is the answer of the invitation from the A1. I would love to. What can I bring? So that is the answer, because the clue is given to A from A. Apples or oranges would be fine. So what can I bring is the answer of is the question for the answer apple or oranges would be fine. And for the clause, B said, okay, see you then, thanks. So those are the example of situation that now you can do for situation 1 and 2. Let's see first situation 1. We have the sentence here. Would you like to come over for dinner tomorrow? And B need to respond by saying something, and there is a clue there. What time? A will say something there, and will be closed by B, responding to A, what A say. Situation number 2, we have A say nothing, but we have the response from B, oh, that would be great. That would be great is the way to respond the invitation. And we have B saying, we have the clue again. After saying that would be great, so B is saying something by question at the end, and the answer around 8. Actually, here is very easy for you because you have the clue for from the first situation. Yeah, around 8. B say nothing and A say nothing, but you will have to complete this dialogue based on your own way of thinking or based on the situation. But you can take a look again the previous slide as the answer for you to complete the dialogue, situation number 1 and situation number 2 here. Again, you need to complete the dialogue, 2 dialogues here, by looking at the previous slide of how you will have to make invitation and then to respond the invitation. That is what you will have to do. Now let's go. Would you like to come over for dinner tomorrow? We have no response here. So what is B going to say? Sorry. Yes, I would love to. What time? Okay. What is the response of A? If the answer, yes, I would love to, the clue, the real actually is what time? The real clue is what time. So the answer of A is, how about 7 o'clock? So it is because B is asking about time, so the response of A is actually is asking for the opinion about time. How about 7 o'clock? So B said, okay, that's great, thank you. That is the way of responding and closing the conversation for situation number 1. Situation number 2, I'm sorry I made a mistake. Actually, the real situation, oh, that will be fine. That will be great. So A said that is the example only. So you can create, you can make many others expression of how you will have to complete A there. Based on the response from B, oh, that will be great. So I said here, A said, I give you the example here for situation. Remember, this is only one example. I would like to invite you to my birthday party on Saturday night. So B respond, oh, that would be great. And next, because at around 8 is the answer from a mysterious question previously. And the example again, here I write what time is asking about time specifically. So that's why we have the answer 8 here. Now we still have a missing space for situation number 2. That is about what B respond about this situation around 8, and then A say it again, that's all right, bye. And just take a look. Now you can make a guess at your own, at home, what is the answer from B here. Okay, now let's go and take a look for that. Here we see. Okay, that's great, thank you. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry I made a mistake here. Okay, I'll be there on time. See you then. That's all right. Bye. I'm sorry because this is not very good slide from me. But I hope here maybe you understand the point of my presentation of giving invitation. Come to the end of our meeting today. Now I will give you your homework. You will have to do at your home. I give you 2 situations here. Cute dialogue that you will have to make the dialogue on your own expression. You will have to make the dialogue on your own expression by choosing the previous slide. So you will have to open again the previous slide. See what is the appropriate expression to complete based on the situation, like for example, situation number 1. But generally, I give you the clues for situation number 1. A and B are good friends. They work in the same office. A has just finished moving into a house and wants to invite B over to celebrate. That is the situation. The command for you to complete the dialogue by your own expression based on the situation A and B. Let's say A greet B and then B have to return greeting. Number 2 invites B to housewarming, and then B accepts the invitation about time. And then number 3 gives time specifically and then offer to bring something, accept the offer, and expresses the pleasure. Thanks A for the invitation. So you will have to complete the dialogue there, 4 times changing dialogue there, 4 times role play. It's a short role play actually. So try to write those expressions to complete the instruction for A and B. This is what you will have to do at home. So you will have to complete that, and you will have to give me on a Friday, because I'll meet you on Friday in the class. Situation number 2, still the same way. It is a kind of a cute dialogue. You will have to complete based on the command there. You will have to complete the dialogue. You can choose various expression of making and answering invitation. You can make based on the situation that is so there. Yeah. Again, I will be waiting for you to complete those 2 situations on your paper. You can do that on your drill book or maybe on your notebook at home. Don't forget, study hard and harder, improve your English. You'll need it in the future. Try to do more for your English. Train yourself to get used to speaking English by your friend, by yourself. That is enough from me today. Thank you for your coming with me to English lesson from Nelita Online Learning, the pride channel of SMK Negeri 5 Kota Tangerang. I'll see you on the next meeting, and I'll try to see you on the next live streaming again on Nelita Online Learning. Thank you for your coming. See you. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.